Open source software is in about 85% of commercial companies today. Not every CIO or CTO will admit it. Not every one of them knows that that's the case, but it's at about 85% and will be at about 100% use at some level inside of every data center kind of the Fortune 500 within the next 18 months. What's interesting, so Sun is a major contributor to open source, whether it be Java, Open Solaris, MySQL, StarOffice, OpenOffice, NFS, Glassfish. You know, we've probably been the largest contributor to the open source community of any company. And the question about security always comes up. And what the reality is that because open source software is kind of visible, it's safe and secure through inspection. And it's kind of counterintuitive. Typically, as consumers, we assume, okay, well, if a US-based company has built a particular software product and had 100 great engineers working on it, it's got to be safer than that piece of open source software that was developed by 1,000 people I don't know scattered all over the world. Well, the reality is that every commercial company, including Sun, uses worldwide software development teams. We do a 24/7, basically 8-hour shifts around the world. The software moves with basically the sun around the world, and so software developers in Eastern Europe, Asia, Europe, North America all work on our software products, and that's the case for any company today doing software. And so quite frankly, what happens is with proprietary software, you do get a very select group of highly skilled engineers developing it, but you have limited set of eyes examining it. And so, our experience as consumers is that proprietary software is fraught with particular security vulnerabilities and holes. It's not intentional by developers. Software development is complex, it's hard, and holes can exist. And counterintuitive, open source software, you would think, well, man, the guy, in, somewhere in, Europe could be embedding, a backdoor security, piece of code, and he's going to, leverage it all over the world. Well, the reality is that the 10,000 other people that are looking at the code go, hey, what's that doing in here? That's getting out of here, right? So it's almost security through inspection. And you don't have to take my word for it. So NIST has kind of been tracking this. Across the top is some open source software, whether it be Solaris, and their distributions kind of going down the right. Probably the best example is Java. There's been 7. Does anybody know of a Java bug or virus? It's on about 6 billion devices. There was about 7 early on. They were found. It's open source. People found them, and there hasn't been one since. And MySQL, 110 million distributions of MySQL open source database. There's been about 75 security holes found in MySQL. Widely used relational database. Across the bottom is proprietary software and the number of security holes that are found in that. So just kind of in the industry trends, what we're seeing is that open source software is quite frankly very secure. There are very few security holes, and if they are, they're found quickly and patched quickly.